Yo, what is up, guys? Grobs here with a update. Day 2 POE 2 early access. Game is Pog. I'm enjoying it significantly. Anyway, my voice is still a little bit gone, so apologize for that. But I just want to show you guys what I've done. We've had so many questions about what we've changed, why we've changed it, and how it looks the way it looks. I'll show you. Let's just go to some random map. Level 55, second playthrough, so Cruel. I don't know, what's a cool zone? Let's go. I don't freaking know, man. Let's go to the bone pits, even though these mobs actually suck a little bit. So what we've done, yesterday's video, we were using toxic growth like this, and then we were using gas arrow to explode them. We are not doing that anymore because we have found some tech that makes it a little bit easier to apply bigger poisons. So what we're doing now is we're using flame wall. I have another idea to not have to use flame ball, but we can't do that just yet. So let's just find some mobs. Playstyle right now is super simple. Poison arrow. You put down your flame wall, everything explodes, they proliferate. And now we can actually shoot through it as well. And it won't put down a gas cloud anymore. But like that, it'll put big poisons on mobs. I'll try to find a tougher mob so you can actually see that it stacks the poisons. Oh, this guy's not tough. Everything here is just going to die. There you go, a little bit. You can see it just ticks him down. The cool thing about this interaction as well is you can put down a lot of poison clouds if there's a tough mob, and then you can shoot your wave, like a flame wave, and it just, honestly, it does so much damage because each poison cloud is a big explosion. You can stack multiple of them, more poison explosions. Anyway, so the other thing that I wanted to talk to is about leveling. Obviously, I started this and there was no guide because it's a brand new game. If I could play this again, I would stick to lightning arrow for quite a while. If you want to go poison, then I would wait until you have gas arrow. Gas arrow is not too bad on its own, but I would try and get flame wall ASAP. Even without poison, the interaction between gas arrow and flame wall, it's really nice. The explosion does so much damage. It kind of carries you. It's just got such good effectiveness. I think at this level, if you look at, oh yeah, sorry, it's on this. If you hold Alt and click explosion, 631% already. Other than that, the other skills I'm using, because people ask that as well. Toxic growth, I'm still using a little bit on bosses. Throw it down, they explode when you shoot through them. I'm doing it because it gives us it gives wither. We get like 30%, so it's not very good uptime, but it's okay. It's not too bad on bosses. Corrosion, just to break the armor. This actually, I've found this to be really strong to make bossing easier, and even tough mobs, like tough rares. This armor break is really cool. It has a little indicator on the mobs, if you haven't seen. Let's see if I can find something quickly. So if I shoot at these, you can see at the top when I break this, see there's a number going up, 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 up. It's really hard to tell. Anyway, their armor's broken already. It just makes you do more damage, essentially, because they can't mitigate your physical damage as much. The other thing that we are using is Bursting Plague, which is really useless on this skill. It's kind of cool sometimes to throw it down in a pack and they all explode. I've played around with it on gas arrow and it's actually really nice, but the thing is we don't need more clear because the gas arrow explosion is already so good and we have proliferate as a Pathfinder. So that's up to you. I just put it in there as a meme. We're using flame wall with fortress and arcane tempo. The only reason I put fortress in is because it's a bit bigger AoE. Like if I take that out and I put a flame wall down, it's just a line. So it doesn't do anything. It's just, I like it. It's cool. And then arcane tempo, so it's faster to cast, just so we can get them out quicker. Despair for our bossing. Obviously that's on my queue here. We put it under the boss, it explodes, or for tough mobs. I've got it with hardened curses and focus curse, just so it procs a bit quicker and a little bit stronger. Don't worry about the rain of arrows. I was just testing some stuff. For defense, I've got Wind Dancer, Vitality, and Clarity. A little bit of life regen, a little bit of mana regen. Wind Dance has been really good. I'm sitting at 74% evasion. If I dodge roll, which I've got on the tree, I'm 77. And this is with self-crafted, honestly, pretty crap gear. And I have not grabbed much on the tree. I've grabbed like an evasion node there and one more place maybe. That's it. two base nodes here. So I haven't even gone into the nodes I want to go into. There's another one here that you can grab for dodge roll, recently an evasion. Anyway, the goal for defense for this is Pathfinder Flask, acrobatics, and stack as much evasion as we can so we can dodge spells, hits, everything like that, and have regen for degen there. Don't worry about this point here. I was testing some stuff with Poison Concoction. I just haven't refunded it yet. So what I would do if I was you is I would grab the proliferation node first. If you want damage, this is what I would do. I would go for proliferation and then I would go for double poisons. I did this. 8 poisons and that explosion is actually insane. The damage is really good and I have scuffy year. If you want more defense early, I would go for the more flasks and the life flask node. I haven't tried it, but I know what it's like from POE 1. With a good life flask, like this one's 1,400 life. If I start grabbing life flask effectiveness, easily you get 2,000 life regen a second on this flask. So it's pretty nuts. As for the tree, if I was leveling again, I would rush all of the poison nodes. These ones here, the big wheel there, these ones here, and I said these ones probably, but yeah, these. And then I've gone for more faster damage down here. The other thing that's really cool to stack, and the new mechanic in PoE 2 is the magnitude of elements. I did explain this the other night, but I'll quickly explain it again because there was a lot of people asking tonight. So how magnitude works is normally a poison takes your physical and chaos damage that you hit with, and it takes 20% of the value of that hit combined to do poison damage. Every bit of magnitude you stack increases the percentage of your base hit it uses. So if you get 100% extra magnitude, 30% of your base damage is used, or whatever. You understand. My math is, yep, don't worry about it. Not important. You understand what I mean. Now, the other thing that people are asking about is why I'm wearing these gloves. I did explain that in my first video, but I'll quickly explain it again. All this lets us do is, like I said before, poison and chaos damage is what we can use to do poisons. Chaos and physical damage to do poison. These gloves allow us to use fire, cold, and lightning as well. So that just means we have a massive base hit pool we can use, like fire damage on rings, lightning damage on rings, fire, cold, physical, whatever. You get what I'm saying? It just gives us a bigger base hit and put on a bigger poison on the enemy. So that really helps. Someone asked me as well about low tolerance, and low tolerance is a really cool point, and the nodes leading to it is good, but this is only, in my opinion, really effective if you're going to do one poison with long duration and you're just going to put one big poison on the enemy, because you only get this bonus if there is no poison on the enemy to start with. That's my take right now. There might be some other tech that we'll figure out later, but for now I'm doing the stack 8 poisons and make them big poisons. That's it. I would suggest to rush this node as well, just because it's quality of life on bossing. What this node does is every time you put a poison on recently, which is 4 seconds, the duration of all your poisons increase, so that it just becomes really long. It's quite nice. Someone asked how I'm stacking 8 poisons, and how are you maintaining 8 poisons when your attack speed's pretty low? Because we're still, we're pretty slow. Like, PoE 2 is a bit slower. How I'm doing it is, on our gas arrow, we've got Scattershot. So without Scattershot, this is what it looks like when you only have one poison cloud. One poison cloud means you hit a mob, it puts one... Let me just take this out again, otherwise I'm going to confuse myself. We shoot once, there's one poison on the mob, and then obviously it does, because there's a cloud, it will slowly put poisons back on the mob. And then when you explode it, it also puts a poison on the mob. But now, if we put this on, there is three clouds, which means 3 arrows hit, 3 times the poison, it explodes, there's 3 more poisons, and generally, because it's been sitting there even for a millisecond or 2, it puts another stack or 2 of poison on, because there's 3 clouds. This is so easy. If you have a flame wall and you're shooting even once every 2 seconds, you can have 8 stacks of poison on a target. And because we apply so many poisons, and we go back to this node I was talking about, the duration's quite long. I think our duration is, it's not super long, but it's 3.6 before that 100% increase. So it gets up, it's good. Easy to sustain. That's the most important support gem, I think, in that, other than chance to poison. We have to make sure that we're as close to 100% chance to poison as possible. And I got the question tonight, why do we care about chance to poison when gas grenade itself poisons, or gas arrow, sorry, poisons? The cloud does poison, the explosion does not inherently poison. So if you look at this, you go to explosion and you look at the, where is it? Main hand chance to poison, 94%. If I take this out, go back to explosion, it's at 34%, the explosion, which just means we're wasting the potential for it to do a lot of damage. We will be able to drop this later. There are quivers and bows and stuff that have the implicit. There's also some nodes on the tree that I could grab down here somewhere. Pardon me. Sorry, voice is gone. But anyway, so get as close to 100% chance to poison on your gas arrow as possible so that when it explodes, we get the big damage. There's another unique that I haven't bought yet because I've been whispering people all day and not been able to buy it, that I think is going to be absolutely incredible for this build for quality of life. I'm just getting it up here. It is called Radiant Grief Lace Hood. It's really cool. And what it does is it makes mobs around you be ignited. Like they are just on fire, which means we don't need flame wall anymore. Now this build's going to become a build where we run around, everything's ignited, you shoot and they explode. So it's just going to make our playstyle really easy. We obviously have a few extra buttons and there's going to be ways we're going to automate that. But anyway, this video is going for way too long. I'm going to keep updating this as I go. Once I get to maps, then I'll actually put out a build guide. But until we know what we can do, I'm not going to put out a full build guide. I'm just telling you what I'm doing and what's working for me. It's super smooth. Things are blowing up. I feel good about it. Appreciate you guys watching. The thumbs up help a lot. A comment and subscribe. See you guys on my Twitch. Come hang out. Appreciate it.